Hey, what's going on? This is Jack with Halo Pals. I saw this video when I was driving earlier, and I wanted to speak on it because I think it's a terrible take. I like Asmongold. That's this video we're going to be watching. It's called An Absolute Bloodbath. It is by Asmongold. His YouTube channel is Asmongold TV. I did like well, I already subscribed, but I did like and comment on the video. Proper YouTube etiquette, of course. So we're going to be doing a quick breakdown just of a segment of this video. He touches on Halo. What he's doing right now is he's talking about layoffs. Microsoft has laid off like 19,000 employees, I believe. 9,000 of those, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be laid off from Xbox. And so what he's talking about here is just the ramifications of that, why it's happening, and he's commenting on he's about to comment on a tweet here on this page. They're announcing this layoff that says, will this make Halo great again? And so that's where we're going to start.
Will this make Halo great again? Let me answer that question for you. Where's the Halo post? You guys have no idea how not back Halo is. You
Bad
think
take.
Halo's back? It is levels of not back that you have never even imagined.
This is
Okay?
a terrible take.
Halo Pride Month wasn't enough. Now we have second Pride Month. July is Disability Pride Month. Strength comes in many forms, and every Spartan brings something unique to the fight. No, they don't. Whether
They do.
you have a disability or not, there's a place for you on the battlefield. Log into Halo Infinite and claim your free armor coating. So Halo, now is Halo going to...
All right, let's stop right there. I have no explanation like why having disabled Pride Month is evidence that the game is cooked. And I mean, he's talking about the second Pride Month because we just got out of Gay Pride Month. And so now he's saying that this is like that, but it's not at all. You cannot equate the two, bro. That's weird. It's not a sexual orientation, my brother. It's something that most people were born with, or they experienced some type of traumatic accident. And so to include them is not, like, call it virtue signaling, sure, but this has no political ramifications. And here, the homie is, these guys at Halo are just trying to include, they know they have a player base that's disabled. And why not include them? Why not give them an armor coating? I'll tell you right now, my son has cerebral palsy. No fault of his own. The doctor just made a mistake. And it cost him a quality of life that he's never going to have. And so I love Halo, dude. I've been playing Halo since I was a kid. I cannot wait to play Halo with my son when he has the capability to do so. And I love this armor coating. Like, playing the game and seeing that they're shouting out disabled players and all that, I think that's cool, man. This does not mean that the game is going downhill. And honestly, even celebrating Gay Pride Month doesn't mean that. It's a development studio catering to portions of their player base. This is just a armor coating for disabled players. That's really all it is, dude. And you're saying that this means that the game is cooked? All right, now we're going to keep going. He has some more bad takes here.
to be the recipient of some layoffs? This is what I think is going to happen. I think Halo has one more game in them. I think that if this next game, if it doesn't have a Warzone level of success, I think the entire Halo studio, like the entire leadership team, and they're probably going to ship a Theseus Halo, basically, right?
Okay. I agree with a lot of that part. I think he's correct. I think they're going to launch the remake first. I think they're going to launch the remake first, and they're going to try to capitalize on the nostalgia of the remake. This is my call right now. They're going to launch the Halo Combat Evolved remake first. They're going to try to capitalize, on the old player base coming back to try a new iteration of the old game. And then they're going to try to capitalize on the momentum on that and roll that into Halo 7. Anyway, having a Warzone level of success to determine the future of the franchise is a bad take also. Because Warzone was crazy. Warzone shook up the industry. And it's just, I don't think it's necessary. Is it possible? Sure. But is it likely? No. Does it need that level of success in order to continue? No. Bad take. All right, let's continue.
And so, yep, there we go, guys. And Spartan killing babies with disabilities, what are they talking about? Well, that was actual Spartans. The Spartans in here, by the way, they never took any Spartans that had disabilities.
That's true.
Like John, the, Master Chief, was like a, Olympic athlete.
It's also not true.
He was like 6'6".
It's not true.
Massively muscular.
It's not true.
Generational level athlete. Yes, we're discussing John Halo 117 right now. That's right.
All right, so before we continue, none of that is right. All my Halo nerds out there know that he was kidnapped as a child by Oni and, put into the Spartan program. He was still a kid. He was exceptional, but he didn't have any features that made him stand out, according to Dr. Halsey and all the other people that were managing the program. He was very average amongst his peers. He just excelled. He was consistent, and overall, we all know, he's lucky. There was not anything remarkable about him at all.
He was the average Spartan. Yes, that's it. So this is totally not even true, by the way. Complete bullshit from the story.
Okay, this is the other thing he's not considering. The character was designed, because when you're developing a game, you want the players to have an immersive experience, right? And so you design characters that the players can relate to. There's a quote from, I think his name is Joseph Staten. He was like the lead kind of like creative director for the original Halo trilogy. And, why isn't Master Chief's face ever revealed? It's never revealed in the franchise for several reasons. Mystique and iconography, which is true, of course. It adds to his mystique. But it also adds, the character is designed to be a vessel for the player. By not showing his face, the player can project themselves onto him, enhancing immersion in the game. That's so true. And that's been the case for forever. I did look this up earlier. ChatGPT was helping me figure this out because I couldn't find the exact quote. And here's what we did. We found the quote there where this whole idea of the chief being a vessel for the player comes from. And what they're doing is they're talking right now about Steve Downes voicing the chief. And they said, well, there were a lot of factors contributing to Chief's quiet nature, but I think the most important one ultimately was our commitment to making sure that the connection between you as a player and the character was as strong as possible. We continue to strip those, in brackets, voice lines away because it just felt like the more he says, the more chances there are we'll get it wrong for you, whoever you are. They specifically reduced his voice lines so that you would be able to relate to the character more. So essentially, you are the Master Chief. That's why he doesn't have a face, because the gamer, the player, is the identity of the character. And so if you take that same concept and you apply it to the multiplayer, that's why they gave you customization in the multiplayer menu. You are making your Spartan. And so when they say that we have disabled Spartans, brother, they're not talking about the story. They're talking about the overall environment of the game where you are the Spartan. And so with that being said, yeah, there are disabled Spartans, bro. You just don't know what you're talking about here. And to try to make this seem like this is evidence for the downfall of the game, he has no idea what's going on in the development of the game right now. They're moving to Unreal Engine 5 for the new games, which is a fantastic move because everyone knows that the current engine they're on sucks. And it takes developers a long time to learn. The developers are contracted workers. And so by the time they learn how to work on the engine, their contract is up and they have to leave. And that's part of what the issue with Halo Infinite was. So they're moving to Unreal Engine 5. And even on Halo Infinite, they have made remarkable improvements to the game. Now, there are a lot of criticisms for Halo Infinite, okay? I'll be the first to tell you that. However, if you look at how badly they butchered launch to where the game is now, they clearly are not trying to leave us in the dust. Could they be doing more? Absolutely. Are they doing enough? I don't think so. Are they abandoning the IP? No. Is this a symbol of its downfall? Get out of here.
And so anyway,
I think that's pretty much it. It's a bad take. It's a bad take, bro. Don't talk about stuff that you don't really know about. That's the key takeaway here at the end of the day. But someone that is totally healthy and coming out and being like, this is dumb that you would make something for disabled people. Calling it Pride Month might be weird. Sure, dude, I get that because you can conflate it with Gay Pride Month. And it's just a weird thing to conflate. But either way, that's what he's doing. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Catch you on the next video, everybody.